Hello, I'm Assemblyman Mervyn Dymally. I am proud to participate in this video and to discuss my personal involvement in making language access a reality for California's diverse population. The Dymally-Alatorre Bilingual Services Act of 1973 became law as a result of legislation co-sponsored by State Assemblyman Richard Alatorre and myself while I served as a member of the California State Senate. I would like to convey to you the important role that state government plays in ensuring the health and safety of all its citizens. The state of California provides a wealth of information and services that range from coordinating services during times of disaster and emergencies to ensuring public safety in the workplace and on the state highways and waterways. There is no greater frustration or sense of isolation than encountering a situation where the person who is there to assist you only speaks the English language and you do not. The severity of the consequences resulting from not being able to effectively communicate with a limited English proficient individual may vary. However, the importance of the basic right to access services and information in the language one understands should be guaranteed. For this reason, I accepted the challenge of ensuring the Bilingual Services Act became law. I'm here today to ask you to also accept a challenge. Your challenge is to take your responsibility as a public contact employee seriously and to assist your department in eliminating language barriers that may delay or deny access to its public services and information by persons who cannot effectively communicate in the English language.
Imagine yourself walking into an office. You need information, you want answers, but you can't understand anyone and they cannot understand you. You can't get the benefits you need, nor the information you rightly deserve. No one seems to want to help you. You are confused and perhaps even frightened. It may seem like a bad dream, but for many limited English proficient people who try to use public services, this nightmare is a daily reality. Diversity is one of California's greatest assets. Our state is proud to attract and serve citizens from every region of the world. Diversity creates opportunities. It also creates challenges. One of the challenges for state employees in public contact positions is assisting customers who cannot effectively communicate or understand the English language. State employees who come into contact with the public during the performance of their job have a responsibility to provide customer service in a respectful and courteous manner. Language barriers should not deprive any person of receiving equitable treatment. In 1973, the California legislature enacted the Dymally-Alatorre Bilingual Services Act to ensure the right and ability of its citizens and residents to communicate with their government and the right and ability of the government to communicate with them. The Act requires state departments to take specific steps to identify the languages spoken by people utilizing their services and to take necessary actions to ensure that limited English proficient, referred to as LEP customers, are not precluded from accessing the services and benefits they may be entitled to receive. As a public contact employee, your department should provide you with the necessary bilingual resources that will enable you to appropriately respond to contacts with LEP customers. The bilingual resources your department has available to assist its employees in serving LEP customers may vary from those discussed in this video. Your department should provide you with information on the resources it has available and how to utilize them. One of these resources might include a bilingual services or language policy that communicates the department's commitment to provide services to LEP customers and identifies available bilingual resources. This policy should also include the name and telephone number of your department's bilingual services coordinator or the person to contact if you need assistance. A language identification sheet or similar document to assist you in identifying the native language of the LEP person requesting assistance. This will assist you in determining who to contact for interpretation assistance. A listing of qualified bilingual employees, the non-English languages they speak, and their contact information. If your department has a contract with a telephonic or other outside interpreter service, you should have a copy of the procedures to activate a call with them. If you are not able to identify the native language of the LEP person to whom you are speaking, the service will identify the language and connect an interpreter with the required language fluency. You should also have a listing of any translated documents, guides, or aids your department has available. And it's a good idea to have foreign language dictionaries, glossaries of commonly used terms, or other bilingual resources to assist in communication with LEP persons. Your department should have ongoing training and/or written procedures to assist you in providing an appropriate level of services to LEP customers. You may be viewing this video as part of your department's training. It is your responsibility as a public contact employee to ensure that you have been provided with the necessary resources to enable you to effectively carry out the tasks of your job. If you are uncertain of your responsibilities or available resources to provide service to LEP customers, you should speak with your supervisor. To ensure you are providing the best possible service, you should treat all customers the same, with dignity and respect. Here are some common mistakes that should be avoided when communicating with LEP customers. Do not raise your voice or yell at the person. The inability to communicate in the English language does not mean a person is hard of hearing. Speaking loudly does not increase a person's ability to understand a foreign language. It only brings attention to the situation from others who might be nearby. Do not use hand gestures or arm movements to try to communicate. In some countries, these are considered offensive or inappropriate. Do not use inappropriate body language or make facial expressions that could be perceived as insulting or demeaning. Do not speak down to the person or make disparaging or other inappropriate comments about the person's heritage or inability to communicate in the English language. Do not ignore LEP customers by returning to your work, walking away, and hoping they will go away. Do not ask a minor child, a family member, or a stranger to serve as an interpreter. You may use these individuals only to determine the non-English language the person speaks and to communicate your intention to locate an interpreter. Do not dismiss LEP customers by handing them English documents, asking them to come back later, and/or requesting that they bring their own interpreter. Do not attempt to provide direct services to an LEP customer if you are not certified in the native language he or she speaks, nor utilize other staff who are not certified. This may result in the LEP customer not being provided with accurate information or miscommunication between the customer and the unqualified interpreter. The same effective communication skills you utilize to handle English language public contacts should be used when assisting LEP customers. Here are some examples of how you should interact with your LEP customers. Speak in a calm voice and ask the LEP customer what language he or she speaks by using your language guide or bilingual resources. Smile and try to assure the customer that you are trying to locate an interpreter and provide assistance. Make every effort to immediately contact a certified bilingual staff person or the interpreter service. This will ensure that the LEP customer is provided access in his or her native language and assist you in identifying the bilingual resources your department might have available to assist the customer. Offer bilingual documents, translation guides, and aids that are available to the LEP customer once you have identified his or her language. If translated documents are not available, gather the English version forms and provide them to the interpreter so they can explain or translate them. Use your language bilingual resources to identify the person's language and contact a qualified bilingual staff or interpreter to assist the person, even if it's to let them know that someone will contact them later to provide assistance. Have a telephone available with a conference or three-way call feature to assist in providing effective communication between the interpreter and the LEP customer. Do demonstrate respect and courtesy at all times. Do ensure your LEP customer is not waiting for an extended time to receive service. Promptly locate an interpreter or other bilingual resources to provide assistance. Do contact your supervisor or department bilingual services coordinator if you are not sure how to assist an LEP person. Do remember that you are a public employee whose job is to serve the public. LEP persons are your customers too and deserve the same level of access to government services as an English proficient person. In addition to providing assistance to LEP customers on a regular basis, public contact employees are also required to participate in the department's biennial statewide language survey. The survey is used to identify the native languages of your department's customers. The data collected assists the department in identifying all of its customers' language needs and ensures it has the bilingual resources available to respond. As a public contact employee, it is your responsibility to ensure that you accurately identify the languages of your customers. Your department should provide you with training regarding the survey process and the necessary instruction, the forms, and bilingual resources for conducting a meaningful language survey. We hope this video has assisted you in understanding the state's responsibility for complying with the Dymally-Alatorre Bilingual Services Act and of your responsibility as a public contact employee to ensure all customers are provided service regardless of their native language. It is important that we recognize California's rich diversity and utilize appropriate communication when serving all customers, and that each and every citizen of our state is recognized, respected, and given an equal opportunity to be heard. If you are ever in doubt about the difficulty of language miscommunication, just put yourself in their position. Show your LEP customers the way out of their nightmare.